Hey everyone, welcome to this tutorial on inline CSS. In this video, we will be exploring what is meant by inline CSS and then we see the simple example program of inline CSS. So before starting the inline CSS, let's see the types of CSS. Okay, so there are three types of CSS: inline CSS, internal CSS and external CSS. CSS means cascading style sheet. CSS is used to apply the formatting or the style to an HTML document, and these are the three ways we can apply the style or formatting to our HTML document. So in this lecture we are going to learn about inline CSS, means how to apply the formatting or style to an HTML document using inline CSS, and then we see the example program. So first let's see what is meant by inline CSS. We can apply CSS in a single element by inline CSS technique. Means for example, in our document there are suppose 10 number of tags, and for all these 10 number of tags we have to apply different style. Then here we can use the inline CSS. The inline CSS is also a method to insert style sheet in a HTML document. If you want to use inline CSS, you should use the style attribute to the relevant tag. So when we apply the style to an HTML document, there is a one important attribute, that is a style attribute. And if we apply the style using internal CSS, then there is an important tag, that is a style tag. So basically inline CSS allows you to style the individual HTML element without having to create a separate CSS file. If we have one or two HTML documents, then we are not going to create a separate CSS file. We can use the inline CSS technique to apply the style and formatting to an HTML document. So this is a basic of inline CSS. Inline CSS can be useful for small number of projects. Now let's see the syntax of inline CSS. So first we have to write down the HTML tag, then the style attribute equal to property colon value. So property means it may be a font style, it may be a font size, or it may be a font color or background color, something like that. Okay, so first we have to write down the HTML tag. The HTML tag may be a heading tag, it may be a paragraph tag or a body tag. Then there is an important attribute, that is a style attribute. If you want to apply the style using inline CSS, so style equal to, in double quotation, property colon value, and then end with semicolon, and then at the end of HTML tag. Okay, so this is a syntax for applying the inline style to an HTML document. Also there are number of disadvantages of inline CSS. So the first one is these styles cannot be reused anywhere else, because here we do not create any separate CSS file, so we cannot reuse the code. These styles are tough to be edited because they are not stored at a single place. For each file there is a different style applied, so it is not stored at a single place, and that's why it is tough to edit. It is also not possible to style the pseudocodes and pseudo classes. Inline CSS does not provide browser cache advantages. Okay, so these things you have to remember about inline CSS. Now let's move on to the example program of inline CSS. Okay, so here I open Notepad++ software to write down the code of HTML, and first I am going to write down the structure of HTML document. So here I am going to first write down the HTML tag, then there is a head tag, after that there is a title tag. Write down the title as, for example, inline CSS, and then close the title tag. After that I am going to close the head tag. After closing head tag we have to open the body tag, then I am going to close the body tag, and then closing of HTML tag. So this is a basic structure of HTML document. Now I am going to save the file first. So go to file, then save as, and then I am going to save the file on desktop and name that file, for example, inline.html. So the extension must be HTML. Okay, so this is a basic structure of HTML document. Now let's write down some of the tags inside the body tag. Suppose I am going to write down the paragraph tag. So here write down paragraph tag, and then write down some of the statements, like for example this is first paragraph, then end the paragraph tag. Again I am going to add one or more paragraphs. So again write down this is second paragraph. Again the third paragraph and write down this is third paragraph. In the paragraph tag, that is a closing of paragraph tag. So this is a simple code of a paragraph tag. Here I include 3 paragraph tags inside the body section. Okay, now save this file and then run it. Okay, so after running the program, here is a simple HTML document with 3 paragraphs. This is a first paragraph, then second paragraph and then third paragraph. Now I am going to apply the style or formatting to the one of the paragraph using inline CSS. Now I am going to apply the formatting or style to the paragraph tag. So here I am going to write the style or formatting for the first paragraph using inline CSS. To apply the style, just go to the HTML tag, that is a paragraph tag, and then here we have to use the attribute, that is a style, and then equal to in double quotation. For example, I am going to change the color of the text. So here I am going to use the color attribute. So property colon value, color is the property colon value. For example, I am going to color this text as a red. So write down the red and then double quotation complete. So this is a simple code of inline CSS. Here I apply the style or formatting to the first paragraph. So here is a HTML tag, then style attribute equal to property colon value. Now let's save the program and again I am going to refresh the page. Okay, so as you can see, the text color is changed to red. Now again I am going to apply the font size. I am going to change the font size of the second paragraph. So let's again write down the code as HTML tag space style attribute equal to in double quotation font size colon. Font size is a property colon value, for example 30 pixel. Double quotation complete. Save the program and again I am going to refresh the page. Okay, so here you can clearly see the changes in the second paragraph. You can also apply one or more styles to the single paragraph. It is not necessary to apply the single style to a single element. We can also apply multiple styles to a single HTML tag. So for example, I am going to change the color of text. So here I am going to write down the semicolon to separate two properties. Then write down the second property, that is a color colon value. For example, I am going to change the color to yellow. Okay, so this is a first formatting and this is a second. Here font size is a property, color is the property and 30 pixel is a value and also here yellow is a value. Now let's save the program and again I am going to refresh the page. Okay, so in this way you can apply a style to a single HTML element. Okay, so inline CSS is a useful tool for small projects or quick edits as it allows you to make styling changes quickly without having to create a separate CSS file. Okay, in this way we covered our first type of CSS. In the upcoming lectures, we are also going to see what is meant by internal CSS and external CSS with example. I hope you understand today's tutorial very well. If you have any doubt or any query regarding this topic or any other topic, then let me know in the comment section. Thank you for watching and happy coding.